Test, test, audio test. What's up? Test, test. Just making sure the audio is working. What's up? Test, test. Alright, let me move this mic because it's going to sound scuffed if I leave it like this. I do have Luna with me today. And the sun's going down here in a little bit, so I'm not really going to be here very long. I just want to test out the new camera, see how it all looks in the field. We haven't gotten a chance to do that yet. Hey, Ashley, what's up? Just get my harness on. And I will be definitely putting on my jacket over this because it was way too chilly out. It's like 30s again. What's up, Abaddon? Abaddon. What's up? Yeah, cleaning the ferrets just so they can dirty it back up is about right. I saw just before I left on the cams, they had knocked over all their stuff, huh? I don't know if this will work like this, but we will see. And I'll put the camera on my head in a moment once I got all this stuff on. see if this is even possible. That leather is cold around my neck. This case. That's chilly. Alright, I think I have the ability to still strap in with this thing on, but I guess we'll have to see once it's all on. Almost there. It's gonna be a fun stream. I hope so. I hope you guys have fun in this stream. I hope everything works out the way I want it to. Alright, let me get this wire hidden. Alright, let me get this wire hidden. This one's fine. All right, how are we doing? Yeah, commands still work, except for the ones that are listed as currently off, because there are some cameras that I don't have activated at the moment, but that's about it. Okay, let's see. Maybe that'll work. I think this is about as good as I could get it for now. Yeah, you guys can see. How does it look to you on the stream and sound and all that? Yeah, you guys can see. How does it look to you on the stream and sound? Oh yeah, the shakiness on this camera, or the lack thereof, is way better than my GoPro was. Luna, leave it. Don't chew on that. Hopefully I can unravel all this out here. Without getting it on the grass here, because it's a little wet on this end. Get out of here, bag. There we go. Carry this thing out. Yeah, look, the sun's already down. So I don't even have time to fly. I'm really out here just to kind of see how the camera works out, because my foot is almost all the way healed up to where I can start flying again. I mean, honestly, if I wanted to right now, I could probably take off and land okay, because I'm walking better, but I still feel like a little bit of pain on my foot, where it kind of feels like when you have a bone on your toe that you need to crack, and then it feels better once you pop it. Kind of feels like that, but on a part of my foot that's not supposed to crack, basically. All right, let me see if this is a little drier here. It's not too bad. And I got some wind blowing, so that'll help out. I'm also not feeling too great, like kind of have a scratchy throat. I know everybody's been saying they're sick, so I'm assuming that I might have a little bit of whatever everybody else has at the moment. So I'm not bad enough to where I'm like knocked down yet. So I'm gonna use the last bit of energy I have before I do get sick to test out my gear and have some fun. When am I gonna do RV what? What do you want me to do with the RV? You want me to go hang out and sit in it so you can just watch me sit in the RV? I could do that. I don't want to do that. It would be nice to go on a trip soon though. I have been thinking about it. Maybe once it starts snowing, I'll do a trip. If I can. Okay, I think I might be alright to pull this up. There we go. I can clear that out. Yeah, I kind of felt that even just walking backwards on my foot. Like I still have a little bit of pain on there. It's not like horrible, but I don't know if landing 20 miles an hour on my foot is probably a good idea yet. Though I want to, not gonna lie. Nah, it's not from taking a bunch of hits. Like, Ashley's kind of sick too, and you know, we share a house, so probably gonna get a little bit sick, but hopefully I don't get it all the way. Yeah, there we go. There's a stick stuck in my lines though. Get out of there, stick. Look at that. Let's see if I can run forward with it the way it is. I'm gonna clip in like if I was gonna actually take off into my harness. This probably work better if I pull these back a little bit, so I don't have to exert myself as much. How's stream settings and everything in the chat? Like, would this be good enough to fly with? So I made a new case for my camera so that it'll have the wires in such a way that they're not going to pull out easy or move around, because the way this camera is designed, it's very easy to break the HDMI and USB port. So I had to design a case for it, which I'll show you guys later if you're curious in seeing that. Anyone who cares. I will maybe post it in Discord and show you guys where you can find it if you want to download one if you have the same camera. It's the Sony HDRX camera. Without the motor power, who knows what's going to happen here. I have not ran with the wing in a bit. It's been a moment. So let's just pretend. Do I know what I'm doing still? I do not know. We will see. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a fail. It already flipped over. Ah, that sucks. Fuck it, dude, I'm going for it anyway. If it falls back, it falls back. I'm not trying to take off. Fake bird up. Oh, it's coming up. We're good, we're good. I got a wing, I got a wing, I got a wing. Yeah, let's go, let's go. We're going, we're going, we're running, and we're under the wing. And I want to pull a little bit of brake, see if I can get, no. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. We're going, I don't know where we're going, but we're going. We're going somewhere. I'm trying to like pull the brakes hard and see if it'll take me up at all, but I don't have enough of a downhill. What about here? Let's see. No, it didn't work. All right, let me take the wing down now. Oh, that was tiring. It worked. We got the wing up. And now I'm exhausted. On the first run. Whew. Let me catch my breath. And we'll try it again. See how the hill is down here? There's not enough wind to give me lift to really like take off. If it was a steeper hill, maybe. Whew. Oh, that's exhausting. And it's probably like, dude, what the hell? Why are you running? I think my shoes are untied. I feel like they're gonna fall off. It's a lot to walk uphill with, but I got this. I'm almost there, and then I'm gonna crash for a minute. See something or someone. What is that? What is it, Luna? All right, this is it. This is where I'm putting it down. In my defense, I am wearing a lot of gear. And I've been sitting on my ass for like 2 weeks. Yeah, the engine's about 70 pounds. with gas, and then I've got all this gear on me, plus 2 jackets, 2 pants, heavy boots. All that adds up. I'm about to take a jacket off though, because I'm sweating in it. But yeah, I've been pretty much sitting on my ass because of my foot injury, falling down the stairs like a dumbass. So I'm like not used to this anymore. I'll be alright. I'll get used to it again. Take this jacket off. It's like 10 pounds right there. My sock disappeared. Sock, come back. We need you. I should have worn thicker socks with these. Yeah, these were untied. I was right. Felt like they were. Excuse me. Yeah, you have full permission to laugh if I trip and fall while running. I might. Like if I feel a weird pain in my foot or something, I might just drop down. Hi, Luna. Hi. Hi. Are you having fun out here? Hanging out? Yeah? You happy you get to come out again? Yeah. Couldn't really take her for any walks. But now she's happy she gets to come out again. Right? Right? You happy? You happy you get to come out? What? How old is she? She's an old lady now. Luna, how old are you now? She's like 8, 9 years old, something like that. You're getting old. You're getting old just like me. Yeah. Yeah. You got stuff on your eyes. Got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. She's like, let me run and go get some deer. That's what she wants. That or the cows. Maybe she wants some cows. Hell yeah, share some banana bread. Oh, the sky is so beautiful tonight. I really wish I could. I thought about it real hard all day. Just like, should I just chance it and hopefully I have a smooth landing? But honestly, there's like no wind right now, so my landing would probably be a little faster than normal. I just contemplated back and forth all day now. That's my life. I'm always like, should I chance it? Should I not chance it? I think that's what every paramotor pilot does. Once they get to this point and they can just take off on their own, you get to that point where you're like, is today a good day? Should I not? Sun hasn't set there yet. It's not fully set here. We still got a little tiny bit. Like if I flew up, you could probably still see it over the horizon. Hasn't fully gone down yet. So, for those of you who are here, any of you guys interested in doing this at all? Do you guys know what all these lines are doing? Why there's so many? You guys want to run again? Let's run one more time. I think I got it in me. Caught my breath. I could go for another one. Should brought my lines back more. Okay, that's good. That'll do her. Adrenaline Junkies, yes. That is a good channel. If you know that channel, it is a good channel. Okay, so we take it like a this and we do it like a this, and then we do it like a this, and then we do it like a this, and then like a this, and then like a this. Not like a that, like a this. And then we do like a that, and like a this, and like a that. And then we go bird up or fake bird up or whatever the hell up we're doing. Luna's all good. Sky looks clear. I'm not going up, but let's see what happens. It's a coming. She's a coming. She's above me. She's above me. She's above me. We're running slowly, very slowly. Okay, I'm not going all the way down the hill this time. How was that? I didn't even tire myself out. This is one you've never done, or snowboarding? I've actually never done snowboarding either, believe it or not. I always wanted to, because I used to skateboard when I was younger here and there. I was never like doing any pro crazy tricks or anything, but I was just having fun at skate parks. Like vert stuff. Very little street. But I really love this. I mean, it's so different from everything because, like, there's not a lot of people who do it, first of all, because you're kind of putting yourself off the ground and not a lot of people are willing to do that. Like, more people are probably willing to ride a motorcycle first because they feel that's safer since they're on the ground. But these move way slower if you have a proper beginner wing. So it's cool, like, getting to start out. Once you get the hang of it, you kind of feel like, oh, that's it. And then you try to get better at it, all the things that you learned, right? Over time, like, can I land at the exact spot I want to land in? Am I coming in too hard still? Am I able to come in even when there's crazy wind and land no problem? Like, all those kind of things you want to get better at over time. But the basics of it, just getting off the ground and getting back on the ground, not that hard. Most people can pick it up. You see kids that are doing this, honestly, like teenagers and stuff that fly paramotors and are awesome at it. And then you see older guys that are like in their 70s, some 80s, that'll like go out on a trike or something. But it just goes to show, like, it doesn't matter how old you are or whatever. Like, if you have the patience to try to learn and develop the skills needed to fly a kite, like, you can get off the ground with it. Most people will tell you never do it without an instructor, but after learning, like, I feel like I would have probably been able to do it on my own. Though the risk of that is you end up, if you learn bad habits, like, it's gonna be really hard to get out of them. And I see a lot of pilots who are going up for like their 50th time and they're just starting to get their takeoffs, like, feel like they got them. When I go to take off, I don't really feel like I don't have it. And you guys see, like, I don't really botch many of my takeoffs. Like, most, even in the beginning, when I first started flying, like, my takeoffs were always pretty good because I learned how to control the wing for like a year before I actually took off on it. Like, I did a couple little hill things, but nothing like big. Like a hill like that, or like that, I could come off of. But like these little hills here, you can't really do much with. So that's what I think of you. Here we go. That was just to a person you didn't get to see in chat. So I do feel a little bit of wind coming up behind me that I think is picking up here as it's getting darker. So I might actually just be able to do it like this. Ooh, look at that plane. He made the whole sky pink with his fart lines. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, look at that. Look at how easy that comes up. I'm not even moving. I'm just standing here and just pulling on these A's, these front red lines. And when I pull them down and the wind's coming, it brings my wing up. See, if I let go of it, look, it's going up in the air. Let me move it back to the center. There we go. Look at that. So like right now, if I was coming in to land with this kind of wind right here, you see, it would like just hold me so I could come in nice and smooth. But before, when I was talking about there being no wind, when I come in, there's nothing to really hold me up anymore. So then you end up coming in pretty hard. Okay, wind's dying down. No hills around there by you? That's a bummer. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know these people here, and I don't know, you know, like, I always think, like, should I go over there to that house and just be like, hey, can I jump off your hill? The problem I always see is at the end of the hill, there's other houses, and there's trees and power lines. So, like, if I do catch some air, it might get a little sketch, unless I turn around and go back towards the hill. Hey, but there might be some nice little, like, ridge lift there in the mornings or something when the sun's coming up. I feel a little bit of wind again. There we go. Yeah, I did this for like a year, just kind of messing around with the wing and pulling different lines and seeing what each one does. And a lot of times I came out here to the field, I try to live stream it, but you know, I get the same old trash in chat. going, "You're boring, what are you doing?" And then it's like, dude, man, I'm trying to learn some shit. And it takes practice, it takes time and patience, and a lot of it's just doing this and then running with the wing. Because I thought, like, this was one of my biggest mistakes when I started, is I went for like maybe 3 days to get instructions on how everything works. And then I came home for the next year to do it on my own, and just like watching tutorials online and asking for help if I needed it. So I thought, like, yeah, hand kiting's where it's at all the time, because you're gonna get so good at like maneuvering the lines and whatever. But what I should have been practicing a lot more is actually running with the wing, because that's how you take off. So that's one mistake I made. So like, you would clip in, right? This is a thing that, like, right before I learned how to fly my paramotor, maybe a few weeks before, I started doing a lot more often, because I realized that I should have been doing that the whole time. And I did it, but I just didn't do it as often, because during the summer, the winds here were kind of crazy. And I was always scared that the wing was going to lift me up and slam me on the ground or something. So I was like, without somebody who knows what they're doing with me, maybe I shouldn't clip in as much. But now I feel confident, because I've been running around with the motor and actually flying. So I feel like if I got lifted off the ground, I'd know what to do. Depending, you know, like if I get pulled back, that's a different story. But if I'm like flying a little bit, not too big a deal. So let's go. We're gonna go for another little run here, and we will see what happens, because I got some wind. So I shouldn't even really have to run. I like, these are the A's here, the reds, right? And if I pull them a little bit up, they're pulling that front leading edge of the wing up, right? And that's gonna catch the wing in those cells that are, or the wind in those cells that are open there. And then it's gonna start pulling the wing up, right? So watch this. Let me feel it, make sure it blows again, so I'm not running as soon as it stops. It's a little bit. I can go on that. Barely even, look, I'm just leaning forward and it's already coming up. And then as soon as I start running forward, if I would let go of the brakes, it would start coming up above me. Let me let it back down. So then when you go to run with it, let me show you. You grab them again. Make sure that I can catch some air with that. And then as soon as I feel the wind, pull it. They're coming up. And now I can just keep running, and it would stay above me as long as I kite it. Okay, I'm gonna put her down. Let me let her go up in front of me. Ooh, that was not good. Look at that, she just flew back from the wind. She just flew back towards me. Like, screw you, dude, I'm going my way. I think this is all off me. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Let me lift it back up, bring it back up the hill. So yeah, this is fun for me, because it's like, it's not only like my exercise when I come out and do this kind of stuff, because normally I'm working on the computer on stuff, you know? So I'm like sitting there all day. So this, carrying the engine, running around, and even being in the sky takes a lot of you, believe it or not. You get like winded from flying, and then having to pull on the controls a lot. Because there's some weight to the wing when you pull it, you know? You got wind pushing up against you to pull the wing back. Ooh, I got a nice breeze now. Wind is already laying down. Oops, my bad. Ah, my sock's falling in the hole again. I'm gonna have to pull it back out of my shoe. It's because these shoes are a little loose. Just trying them out, but should have worn thicker socks. That would have definitely helped out for that. Yeah, you'd think they'd get so tangled, and they can if you don't keep them in check. So right now, they're connected to me, and because they're connected to these lines, right, all these risers here, they stay separated, right? Plus, they're like sheathed lines, so they're not, it's not like a cell phone cable or USB cable is gonna get all wrapped around everything is easy. However, if you don't put these away properly, sometimes you'll have this go through here, and then you're screwed. When you take it out, it's a big mess, and you won't know where to go for a little bit until you find out what got crossed. It takes a minute to untangle it all, but if you keep it all like you're trained to, where it's not, the lines aren't going through each other, they don't ever really get tangled, though they look like they're a crazy mess. Like, I'll show you when I lift the wing here. I'm not even going to make it nice. I'm just going to leave it a little sloppy just to kind of show you what I mean. So like right now, the wing is kind of sloppy, but the cells are still open there. So if I can get my A's, the red ones here on mine, on the top, because see right now it's like all kind of messed up because the wing kind of went in front of me and like flipped over me, so it's all, something went through something, see? But I can kind of see it here, exactly where it went through. It's right here. So if I lift this and I pull this through here, now we're good, right? Maybe. Yeah, so I would have to unclip this to get it back since the wing got flipped around me. There we go. So now they're two separate lines, see? So now, the reason why this is all messed up, I can see that the reds need to be on top, but how do we make them go on top? Which way do they need to go? So I will need to take that off, or I could just cross over them, but I'm not going to do that because that's confusing. So I'll just put this down. We'll make sure this one's all good. So you can see here like exactly where the lines are getting crossed once you hold it up. But it takes a minute for you to get used to where all the colors are and everything and where they're supposed to go. And then you can usually pull it through. So now that it's tangled, let me show you. Okay. See, the reds are still on top, so as long as we can keep those up, we will find our way back. And then the brakes, these yellow lines, they have little magnets that hold them on. So you just kind of follow the lines until you figure out what went through what when the wing flipped. So I can see here, this green line is being held through this stuff right here. So it's like the brake line or something got pulled through. But now it looks like we're free. And let me just double check. Because back there, there's lines that are like stuck on grass and it looks like we're tangled, but I don't think we actually are. We're not. Okay, so this one's out. And now this one, we'll check it. Probably the same situation on this one. So we got this little mess going on here in the center, but I can see that this needs to wrap around and pull it all towards me. Okay, so now I can see this whole thing is dangling over the red, so I just got to flip it this way. And that's it, we're untangled on this side, just like that. Now that I have the reds on the top, the A's, I get the ones, there's one with two lines and one with one line. The one with one line's on the outside part, and then these are the two fronts. And then these two fronts, they're still on top. So look, as soon as I pull these two or the four in the front of the wing wants to come up and catch some wind with those cells. So as soon as I feel a breeze, we can pull it And we can see, make sure all the lines are untangled. So that's why I do this a lot of times right before I fly. I just hold it up, look at all the lines, and we make sure nothing's crossing where it's not supposed to. We get an idea of it, and that's it. It takes a few minutes, you know, to get your sight of where all the lines are crossed, but it doesn't get too bad if you don't let it get too bad. And when you go to put the lines away, which I'm going to do here in a second since it's getting dark, look at that. How beautiful is that? Got just enough wind to hold the wing up, but not pull me or anything. And I can lean back like I'm going to fall, and the wing shoots up in the air. So if you do like a trust fall while you're holding these red lines, look at that. It'll hold you up from falling backwards. And then as the wing's going down, a lot of times I'll hold the reds, the A's, just enough to where I'm giving a little bit of pressure, like I want to pull it back up, and it slows it down from actually hitting the ground hard. And that is one thing I got to get better at when I land, because a lot of times when I land, I don't have enough in me to keep running it out, and then the wing just falls all crooked and over itself. But when you land, it's ideally you want to do one of these with your wing and just set it down nicely. It'll be easier to pack and everything too. So now I'm gonna try and turn the wing around and go against the wind, and you see that? Look at that, the wind just pushes the wing and it collapses. So that's why you want to run into the wind when you're trying to take off. So like I can correct it, but I have to go kind of like this, crooked, and then maybe I can get that side out. There we go. That side's out. So that's the ideal way. If you're running crosswind and you have an issue like that, but you usually want to run into the wind or you might have those kind of problems, especially if it's a little windier than this. Anyway, yeah, this is the Power Mojo 2. I saw they made a new one, right? There's like a new Mojo that came out that's supposed to be really good too. I have not gotten to play around with it yet. I'm pretty sure I saw like someone, maybe Tucker, someone else flying it. Dude, look at the scenery. How much better does this look than my other camera? Tell me. For this same time of night with the GoPro, it was super grainy and it looked really bad. And here you could still see some light, still see what I'm doing when I point down. Beautiful, beautiful. I can't wait to fly with this camera. And for those of you who weren't here before, the reason why I haven't been flying with it since I started flying paramotors is because it was in repair. The HDMI and USB ports on the back broke, because this camera's not really made to have the lines dangling off the back all the time while you're running around with the camera. But I made a really nice 3D print to hold it, like I was talking about in the beginning of the stream, and I'm going to post it online for anybody else who might want to use it. I'll try and show it to you real quick if I can before I pack up and go. My main reason for this stream was to see how this camera looks out in the field, get out and start kiting again, because I've been sitting in my chair for 2 weeks with a messed up foot and I needed the exercise for sure. I went out to walk Luna a few times, but it's hard with my foot being messed up and her pulling me, so I had to kind of take a little bit of a break from that, and she was not happy about it. So she was upset she had to hang out in just the backyard. But let me try and show you real quick before I get going so you can get an idea of the setup, because what I can do is probably just take it out. Okay, so this is the camera right now is just on the side of my helmet, because I figured if it was on the very top sticking straight up, it was probably going to cause more of a snag hazard than on the side. At least here I can pull stuff off easier than like trying to get at it on the top. The other cool thing is this lens has liquid in it. So if I like run, it doesn't get super shaky. It stabilizes it really well when I'm running. I'm kind of jogging, but still. It's probably not super bouncy like a GoPro would be. And then as far as the case goes, let me show you that. Get this helmet off. Okay, let me pull the camera out of here. Let me think for a second. because I'm gonna have to pull the cable out and then put it back in real quick. I'm just trying to see the best way to do this. All right, give me a second. Cable's coming. Back. Okay, cool. It should work now. Let me just see that it came back here. Yep, it should work now. All right, good. So let me get you some light here. I'm just going to show you real quick what I did, and then I'm going to get going so I can get Luna packed up in my wing. So this is the case that I made. Oh, hang on. Trying to make sure I'm showing it to you correctly here. And on the back of it, so that way it holds in the camera correctly, but also protects my cables in the back so they're not getting all pulled around while I'm moving my head and trying to stream. So you get the idea. Oh, it's okay. Send me the picture of the pants when you get a chance. I just saw that message, Abron. But yeah, so then I glued, with epoxy, I glued the Sony camera mount thing there. That way it'll hold on the side as a side mount like I showed you guys in the mirror. But anyway, my biggest thing was trying to get this thing right because I had to do so many iterations of it until I got that back part on the correct area. Like I would be like a millimeter off and then things would be either too tight or whatever, and it was a big hassle, but I got it. It's nice now, it works. There's probably just a couple of minor modifications I'm still gonna make, and then yeah, it'll be posted up for anybody who wants one. But I'm gonna get going. It's late here, it's getting dark, and I know Luna probably wants to get going and my wing needs to get packed up. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm glad that the stream worked out and didn't have any real problems. So I'm gonna definitely fly with this and see how it works out. Man, I'm looking at back on my phone and you can even see the wing and everything I was pointing out, which you couldn't see before with the other camera. I fucking love this thing. Oh no, you didn't send that 2 times. I went back to read some of the messages and saw that. Oh no, you got hit in the face with it. It happens to the best of us, man. But all right, you guys have a good night. If I don't see you later, I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Hopefully the weather stays like this for a little bit and I get a chance to actually fly again. My foot is like kind of iffy, but it's getting there. It's getting there. I need maybe like another few days. But we'll see. I'll talk to you guys later though. Thanks for helping me.